What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Mags. So I've got to say, we head straight back into Premier League action this Saturday as we take on Southampton and a 3 o'clock kickoff match down at St Mary's. And I've got to say, I am really looking forward to this one, because this is a chance for Newcastle to bounce straight back after a horrible game that we had to play against Bournemouth at St James's Park. You can go back, watch me reaction to that one if you don't know what I'm talking about. That was a dreadful game, but thankfully we've got a game against Southampton, who are sitting dead bottom of the Premier League. They've only won one of their 22 Premier League games this season, and we have every chance of coming away from St Mary's with a 3 points in the bag. Looking at the record that Eddie Howe has against Southampton as well, we have a really good record. Eddie has won his past 3 games against Southampton down at St Mary's. So this is looking very promising for us. Also, we have the chance of a 4th consecutive away win in the Premier League, a feat that has not been achieved since October of 1996. And of course, we do have a chance as well of a 3rd double in the Premier League, with we're already getting a double over Spurs this season, a double over Wolves, and now a chance to get a double over Southampton with we're winning 1-0 in the reverse of this game at the beginning of the season, where Joe Linton, of course, scored the goal in the game for us to get the 3 points in the bag. But looking at it, let's look at the Southampton team news going into this one. Obviously, they've had a change of manager since then. It was Russell Martin, of course, the Southampton manager, but now they've got Ivan Juric in as the manager, and he hasn't been doing any better, to be honest. He really hasn't. But looking at their situation at the moment, they're struggling with injuries. Tyler Diblin is out with an ankle injury. He's going to be out for some time now. Stewart and Jack Stevens are both out for Southampton as well. So they're dealing with some injuries at the moment. We are obviously dealing with injuries as well, with Barnes out, Wilson out, and Jamal Lascelles out. Jamal Lascelles has been out for quite a while now. Nicky Pope is nearing a return, but still a little way off from what I'm picking up going off of the news that I've seen so far. Obviously, Southampton have made a signing of Gon Burke, I believe it is. Sorry if I have butchered his name, but they brought him in from Rennes. They've sold off on a loan to Sheffield United Ben Barrett and Diaz, the pantomime villain of this reverse fixture. It's in James's Park. Of course, we'll remember what he did there, the play acting to get Fabian Shaw sent off when clearly Shaw never even touched the guy. But it is quite amusing to see that Southampton have shipped them off on loan before we have to play them. In a poor goal scoring record, I've got to say, for Southampton this season, the lowest in the league at 15, and the highest number of goals conceded with 50 in the league as well. The only league win all season for them came against Everton back in November. In their recent form, they've conceded 5 losses in the league in recent games. A couple of former Mags as well, also doing their stuff down at the South Coast club, with Adam Armstrong, who is the joint goal scorer for Southampton this season, with I think it's a few goals there today. He scored with 2, one of which he got from a penalty spot, and then of course old boy as well, Ryan Fraser, or as we used to call him Pierre in these parts, the wee man. He hasn't really been able to get himself going down on the South Coast neither. But this is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a game what I would expect us to come straight back from that defeat that was suffered against Bournemouth. Of course, the South Coast rivals of Southampton, so that's quite fitting that we're taking on another South Coast club so early. But hoping, that we can bounce straight back from that horrible game that we played at St James's Park against Bournemouth. I mean, it wasn't the best performance we've put out this season. It was a really lackluster performance, and you heard me thoughts on that one in the match reaction. You know, after that game, that Bournemouth fully deserved the win. You know, they played the better side. They were the better side in that game. The ref didn't help matters, of course, but they were the better side on that day, Bournemouth, and they got, you know, the result in fair dues to them. But I have seen quite a few of them milking the result, and you know, I think they seem to forget that we do have to play them again next season. You know, but talking about this game against Southampton, we've got every chance of coming away from St Mary's with a win. Like I say, Eddie Howe's record against Southampton since coming in as the Newcastle United manager has been absolutely amazing. Getting, of course, 3 wins in a row down at St Mary's, one of them in the League Cup, of course. And I just can't wait to see what we do in this game, you know. But I'm going to go with a score prediction. Newcastle coming away from this one with a 2-1 win. I'd happily take a 1-0 win, get the 3 points in the bag, allow it to build a little bit more momentum again, and let's, you know, try and see if we can start another win streak, because that win streak that we ended, unfortunately, against Bournemouth, you know, was a really good win streak. It helped with to propel ourselves up the table away from where we were and put ourselves into European spots. And hopefully, if we can start another one, you know, then hopefully we can continue that one on for a bit longer than what we did with that one. We were very, you know, unfortunate that we had a bad day against Bournemouth in that game, but this game is a great chance for it to bounce back. This game's coming at a really good time. You know, a team in Southampton who at the moment are absolutely dead bottom of the Premier League are really down on their luck. So let's hope, you know, we can capitalise on that, and let's hope we can get 3 points in the bag and move on to the next game after that, because we've got, of course, some really interesting games coming up after that. We've got, of course, the Fulham game at St James's Park, and then we've got the second leg of the Carabao Cup against Arsenal at St James's Park as well, not long after the game against Fulham. So some really good games coming up. Let's get our heads down, get concentrated, and let's get the win in the bag on Saturday, come the end of the match on Saturday against Southampton. Let's hope we'll have the 3 points in the bag and pushing ourselves higher up that Premier League table. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, remember, hit like, share, subscribe to the channel, and thank you as well for the most recent you know, help with the subscribers. We are starting to gain a little bit more momentum on that now, but we are getting a little bit closer to that 2.5k milestone, and then hopefully we can push on for the big goal for the channel this year, which is hitting 5k subscribers on the channel. Till next time, remember to hit that like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Away the lads.